It's a frightening awakening that there's no place that there isn't violence.
And Saturday, the violence aftermath was a teenager lying on the steps to this building.
"19-year-old Toni Knight, affectionately known as Stinker to her family, was a loving and caring young woman with a beautiful soul, one of the most kind-hearted and genuine individuals you could ever meet. Her family and friends meant the world to her. That's all she cared about. She was considered the glue that held everyone together." Around 12:15 p.m. on July 2nd, gunshots rang out at the Petersburg Artist Space Lofts along Perry and Brown Streets in Petersburg, Virginia. When it was all over, multiple people were suffering from gunshot wounds.
Around 12:15 Saturday afternoon, gunfire shatters glass.
The windows were shot out in front of the building.
Witnesses say caught outside a young woman.
From what I was told, she was carrying the groceries inside the building.
If you can't get groceries out your car going into your own house, what can you do, honestly?
Minutes after the shots were fired,
They threw a sheet over her, and I guess another young lady was holding her.
I think about her family. I think about if that was my child laying out there, how I would feel and the thoughts that would be running through my head.
several hours later, those groceries still laying on the steps to the apartment complex.
Sadly, Toni was pronounced dead on the scene. Her, along with her two nieces, were carrying in groceries to the apartment with plans for her to cook and do her niece's hair. Out of nowhere, a group of gunmen began shooting. Caught in the crossfire, a bullet struck her in the chest and grazed her 12-year-old niece, who held Toni's hand until first responders arrived. Two other individuals, a man and another woman, were also shot and were taken to area hospitals. As word of the shooting and young woman's death spread, the crowd grew. The scene became chaotic, with people running around attempting to fight the police, as well as each other. One witness told news crew that he was driving down the street when he heard a hail of gunfire. When the man made it to Brown Street, he saw a woman lying with groceries beside her at the entrance of the apartment building. The witness said he became scared because the crowd at the scene kept growing. The scene became so tense that Petersburg police placed a mayday call and urged people to avoid the area, including residents of the apartment building. As a result, Virginia State Police, the Dinwiddie County Sheriff's Department, Chesterfield County Police, and Prince George County Police responded. Most of the extra law enforcement was able to leave by 3:30 p.m., but crime scene techs remained processing evidence in front of the apartments. Several witnesses noted numerous yellow evidence markers on the ground outside the front of the complex. Residents were shaken by what happened.
Too much, and it's like it's out of control. It's totally out of control.
Honestly, it's just sad, the innocent bystanders are getting killed.
Felicia Richardson's mother has just recently moved into the building.
Mom is kind of like terrified now. She's really nervous.
For Felicia and her mother, deep sadness amongst the fear.
Even if you don't know them as well as everybody else does, it still hurts. You can still feel it.
Guilford Baptist Church, which is located across the street from the apartment complex, held a special time of prayer at 11 a.m. the very next day for family and neighbors. Her family says they are trying to stay strong as they deal with the unimaginable loss. As of Tuesday afternoon, a memorial consisting of flowers and pictures had formed outside of the apartments where Toni lost her life.
Pastor Lyons gathered with the family here at the memorial.
And it was moving to see family love prevail in the midst of such a violent act.
Tuesday, Pastor Lyons back at the memorial and understanding the need for intervention with young people.
Young people need a safe space, and I think houses of worship can be that safe space.
And as the raw pain continues to hurt, Pastor Lyons says it's important to be there for the family and community.
I think it's important that we grieve together as a community, that we let them know that they're not by themselves, not just in this moment, but when the memorials are taken up, we're still going to be a good neighbor to do whatever it is that we can do to bring comfort.
2 days after the incident, the Petersburg Borough of Police quickly announced an arrest in the case. 19-year-old Delvin Mitchell was arrested in connection to the fatal shooting and was charged with second-degree murder and use of a firearm in the commission of a felony. Detectives are still working to determine if anyone else is involved. A GoFundMe was created by her family to help with funeral and additional expenses and has since raised roughly $10,000.